I think I have one more attempt in me tonight. You're not even here anymore, are you, Lord Wes? You saw I didn't have a Cantonian Slowpoke in the box and you bailed? Oh my god. It's a very different start from last time. And somehow my Giga Drain hit nothing. I don't understand what happened there. I couldn't see Gengar when it used the attack, so I don't know why that missed. Did the attack even come out? Well, it went on cooldown, so you'd think. Wow, this is a vastly worse start than last time. But hey, maybe worse start, better finish. We'll see. Honestly, the key difference is that Zygarde is attacking my Pokemon this time. When in earlier rounds, it was largely attacking me or nothing. There it attacked nothing. That was convenient. And we can still just overpower the 10% form, so that's good. You kind of wonder what will happen with the 50% form now that 10% actually took out 2 of my Pokemon. It's very different from what happened last time. Back here. Nearly took out 3 of my Pokemon. Maybe I just have to roll at just the right time to deal with that one attack, like how I avoided the Core Enforcer even though I was in the wrong spot. I don't know. Bringing out Gyarados way earlier this time. Well, a fair bit earlier, and also after more of its teammates have gone down. Ow. That card is doing so much more damage to my Pokemon this time. I just was really lucky the last 2 times, huh? Or I'm unlucky now for playing badly. That about covers the possibilities, I think. This will at least take away that Rock Slide weakness. But now it's using Land's Wrath on me. Gyarados is going to get hit by that. Terrible use of my Mega. I'm already down to 2 Pokemon against the 50% form. How did that even happen? At least I can Giga Drain this. And turn into a Fairy type. Yeah, I'm just healing off the damage it does, at least while this is Mega Meganium. And hitting back with... I mean, Disarming Voice is not super strong, but it does something. But wow, this is by far the worst. My worst run at this fight so far. Hopefully, that means the complete form will go better than before, since things seem to be reversing on me. On Earth, I actually successfully called Meganium back, but it didn't look to me like I did. This game is sometimes too chaotic for me. I was calling attacks and I didn't realize it was still in the ball. Okay. No longer Mega Evolved, but still able to spam those same 2 attacks. A bit less power. But still a solid position for Meganium. See what happens when the complete form comes out. We'll see if Meganium can handle this Land's Wrath. That actually did quite a bit of damage. As this time I was unsuccessful in calling Meganium back. I don't know. I'm hitting the button. Either it works or it doesn't. I don't know what's going on. Time to Mega Evolve again. Look at that stronger Giga Drain first. Then we can alternate that with Disarming Voice. And get some Mega Meganium time against the complete form, too. Of course, my Pokemon standing up to it has not been the issue. But let's see. Maybe I can get through it this time. That one attack has wrecked me twice in a row. There we go. Meganium is doing a lot of damage. Mega Meganium is. I think once the Mega Warrior's off, it won't anymore. This is a good start. Honestly, Mega Meganium is so good against this that I think when it wears off, I'm down to switch to Bois to get Gage back up. Let's do that. Oh, I'm trapped. 1,000 waves, I guess. Never mind. Here comes the Core Enforcer. Can't switch Meganium out. It's better. Ah! It just one-shot Meganium. I must have been positioned badly. I could not even make out where that was going before it hit for 1,000,000 damage. Alright, Bois. I need you to clutch up like you've never clutched up before. Doesn't matter, of course, if Zygarde knocks the human out, but try to avoid that. And yeah, this thing trapping my Pokemon means that switching around like I do in the Rogue Mega Fights is not a real strategy, so never mind that. Probably am on the right track, actually, just starting with my Ground Weak Pokemon. And then Gyarados and saving these two for later. Bois is just so strong that I think it's actually out-damaging the Gyarados Ice Fang. Even though Zygarde's double weak to that and Bois doesn't have anything super effective here. Here comes this. Is it just a matter of rolling at the right time? Can I call Bois back into the ball? Wow, okay, my first time ever getting through that attack, so that's pretty big. Still gotta actually make something of it, though. Even Bois is taking some damage here. Ow. Okay, it's stunned. What are we doing? Come on, attack. There we go. Does Zygarde have some other big attack that I haven't seen yet? Also, will it Mega Evolve? This is going to be another Core Enforcer. I can't call Bois back. Probably want to be over here, right? Relative to Zygarde's starting position? Yeah, okay. Finally, I understand that a little better. Let's go Meganium here. Once it's Mega Evolved, which is quite a ways off, but once that happens, it's the best thing I've got in this matchup. For all that I'm complaining... Look, it's late, I'm tired, I've been at this for a while. For all that I've complaining about Game Freak still not giving Meganium a win, it does have a genuinely awesome matchup into Zygarde. That much is huge. That alone is a massive win for Meganium, actually, so you know what? Forget anything I said about maybe Game Freak does hate it after all. Emboar and Feraligatr cannot do what Meganium is doing right now. And it only gets better when it Mega Evolves. Huge Giga Drain. Oh no, what is it doing now? Oh, it's this again. Okay. There's gotta be a pattern that I can read, I just don't know how to read it. But honestly, I just lucked out. I found gaps everywhere I went there, and I got through it again. It's probably not going to use it again. We're so close to the end. Unless I have to face Mega Zygarde. Mega Meganium is just... You took Zygarde might... Oh, complete form Zygarde is bulky and hard to overpower. Just a massive tank in every format where it's legal. While Mega Meganium, showing it now who the real tank is. All the way back to Gen 2, my friend. Pokemon Silver version. The start of my journey. And this massively powerful legendary is too young to understand. And I guess I don't, what do I want to catch this in? I don't even know. Let's just throw a Pokeball. And I guess I don't have to face Mega Zygarde. Oh, Ultra? Tiny bit too late there, Lord Wes. Were you here this whole time, not chatting, or have you just tuned back in? Okay, best fist bump in the whole game. Forget everything I said in frustration in this stream. This game is so good. Meganium showing Zygarde what a real tank looks like. And then the greatest fist bump right after that. This legendary Pokemon has joined forces with the mightiest trainer in Lumiose. The thought of us combining our power gives Lysander hope for the future of the city, and despite who's saying that, it doesn't feel like an ominous thing. He gave me the Zygarde Cube. They got a Zygarde Cube in this game. So I can change its form. It still has Power Construct, even though there aren't abilities in this game. It can just do that. I guess like how Regigigas still has Slow Start in Legends Arceus. And it can only Mega Evolve in its complete form, at which point Core Enforcer turns into Nihilite. Got it. And Zygarde used up its strength protecting Pokemon from the light of the ultimate weapon. Its parts scattered to far-off places, absorbing the power of those lands and seeking humans who would give it aid. Now that I think of it, the moves that Zygarde used when it Mega Evolved, they remind me of Zed moves like those used in the Alola region. Okay, I knew this was coming. I did spoil this for myself. There we go. Zygarde confirmed went to Alola in the 5 years between X and Y and this game, and is able to absorb and assimilate powers from other places. That probably has something to do with how it's able to turn a Pebble into its own Megastone. And there we go, copying some of the power of the Zed moves to create the move Nihilite, just when we needed it to overpower the Light of Ruin when nothing else would do. Zygarde is such a cool legendary now. Like, obviously the metaphor of all the different small creatures coming together to form a big, powerful thing is pretty solid, ties well into the themes of the story. But Zygarde also has so much mysterious power. It's always been kind of hinted, right? Like, it lurks deep in the earth and then it appears and reveals its secret power, and it assumed that it seemed like the complete form was the secret power, but Zygarde being able to assimilate other powers that it encounters and get stronger and stronger as the environment that around it needs it to get stronger to respond to a crisis and protect the balance. It really adds a layer to Zygarde. That is a proper legendary Pokemon right there. Or perhaps I and Lysander are reading too much into it. Now it falls to me to ponder, what should I do with the 3,000 years I must live? Okay, so it was unclear to me how AZ died, but I infer from this that the ultimate weapon doesn't really make a human immortal. It just raises their lifespan to about 3,000 years, a little bit more. That, I assume, is why Lysander says that he has to live 3,000 years now. Is there something you want to do? Dangerous question to ask, Lysander. This day I yearn to create a more beautiful world, and I will yearn for it forever. I once thought we could achieve that world by fulfilling the material needs of everyone. That's his backstory that's easy to miss in X and Y. Now I know it is not so simple. An old proverb says, it is good to feed the hungry, but better to teach them how to feed themselves. Teach a man to fish. Okay. I had focused solely on what I believed the world needed, yet I lost sight of how to make it so that people can truly flourish. Thanks to what you and your Pokemon have done together, I have learned my lesson well. It is an outlandish dream, far beyond my reach, but with 3,000 years' time, perhaps I can make it real. Much like AZ wandered far and wide across the world in search of Float, I shall travel across vast reaches in search of ways to create the world I yearn for. When people manage to meet, it is a gift. Even living in the same time and place is no guarantee. The fact that we and so many others met and banded together to make Lumios a better place is something we should treasure. Barring some great change, I doubt we will meet again, but I will carry these lessons with me. Au revoir, my young friend. Pretty decent ending for Lysander, as it is clear, like made pretty explicit even, that he learned his lesson from X and Y after all. Not in those games, but in this one he did. And to some extent in between. That is Lysander exactly explaining why he was wrong in X and Y. And there we go, the balance of life and death. We saw Xerneas and Yveltal pop up, the one that gives or the one that takes, either one able to send the environment of Lumios City out of whack if it's allowed to run wild. We saw the ultimate weapon, which takes life from so many. Be a devastating, terrible thing to unleash. We saw Ange, intended to give life to so many, probably as an expression of AZ's grief, also run out of control, also prove to be no true solution to anything. And Lysander, you could go Hegelian with this. The thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. He started off on one extreme, trying to just give all he had to the world, and just give more and more and more, like Xerneas giving out life energy, and it wasn't enough, and it burnt him out. He switched to trying to take. He tried to kill everyone except Team Flare. That was a terrible wrong. I'm not saying these things are equivalent, but like neither one was a good solution to what Lysander wanted to do. One burned him out, the other threatened almost everyone else. And now he's landed in the right place, humbled himself, recognized that he's part of a system larger than himself instead of trying to stand above it as a king. And he can participate in the work of building community and building a more beautiful world and society together like we all should do. I'm really glad I replayed X last year for a YouTube series and paid more attention to the story and themes of that game, because this does tie a lot together. It makes some parts clearer. Especially that one piece of dialogue that I absolutely hated from Serena, where she's like, maybe we should have compromised with Lysander. It's still some of the worst dialogue in the entire series, but I understand better how they ever came up with that now. Don't get me wrong, that point is terribly executed in that moment, but the idea that opposite extremes, even if they're not equivalent, can both be dangerous, and coming together and building something together with our different skills and backgrounds and interests and worldviews, in the end, is how we make things work in balance for everyone. It's not bad stuff. And seeing Lysander finally learn his lesson after all these years, pretty solid as well. That's the playthrough, I think. I don't think there's any more post-game story. If I find out that there is, I guess I'll be back. I'm going to think some more about the resolution of Tawny's story, and maybe some other stray details, like I didn't really feel like Lita had an arc, but maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I'll do something for YouTube with some of that. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see what I feel like. I'll probably pick up ranked battles at some point, just to get those starter Mega Stones, even though I'm really not that interested in ranked battles in this game. I'll probably check it out next season, when the stones are easier to get. I hear it is dead easy, so that's nice at least. And if so, maybe I'll stream that. Otherwise, I don't know when I'll stream again. I've done what I wanted to do with this game, I think. Probably try to do some more Sword and Shield stuff while we still have Regulation J with us. There is one thing in particular I want to do in that format, and I think a stream would be a good setting for it. But I'm also looking forward to not pushing myself to stream for a little while, because it is kind of time consuming and keeps me up late. Thanks to everyone who has watched along the way. I don't think many of you are here right now, unfortunately. But it's been a fun journey. Not a flawless Pokemon game by any means, but overall a pretty good one. And we'll call it there. Good night.